Good morning, and now I'd like to talk to you about the cittern, which was the main plucked musical instrument of the 16th and 17th century. And this is one, again, which I've tried to recreate. Here's my attempt to recreate it. I mean, there are obviously far better attempts, far better versions around. But you learn a lot when you try and make things for yourself. Now, it developed from the medieval cittern. It had a pear-shaped body, an almost flat back, and sloping sides, which came down in some cases almost to about an inch in width, 2.5 centimeters. It has a scroll peg box, rather like a violin, and the finials were often carved into the shape of a human head, and you have these, very elaborate, very beautiful sculptures and carvings at the end. There are a number in the Victoria and Albert Museum. One thing, it was strung in courses, like a lute, and these could range from about 4 to 12. So, it's not strung. It's not strung, so I can't show you, so I can't demonstrate the sound. Well, it is strung, but it's not tuned properly. There were frets on the neckboard. Not all musical instruments have them, but these differed according to whether the instrument played was either French or Italian. Now, one thing I didn't know about when I was making this, and so it's not on here, but there was a fin on the back of the peg box. Small fin-shaped projection. All citterns have them, including the Hamburger Cittern, the bell cittern. And this is because they were descended from the medieval cittern, which had a small hole for the thumb, which you grip. And it's believed that as this vanished, it turned into this kind of fin projection. They were frequently played in barber shops. They were left behind, or rather left around, so that the customers could amuse themselves while they were waiting for their haircut or their beards to shave. And they were so common that there were rather crude jokes made in some of the great Elizabethan and Jacobean plays about ladies of low morals who were likened to them. There's a line in Becker, I believe, which said, "Marry, sir, she is like a cittern which every man hath played upon," which seems a bit rough for the poor woman. In the 18th century, they developed into the English guitar, which again, circular instrument. It's rather like, the English guitar is actually rather like the Portuguese mandolin, which is actually a relative. The English guitar actually, well, citterns were I think played. I don't know if they were played exclusively by men, but they were certainly played by men. English guitars tend to be played by the ladies, and because they were played by ladies, they developed these key mechanisms, sort of like mini keyboards, so a lady could play them without damaging her fingernails. And I think those ideas are absolutely fascinating. However, it sort of vanished in the 18th century, but it has been revived since, and the form of the cittern, though not the cittern itself, has been introduced into Irish folk music. There is in the Irish bouzouki. Now, the bouzouki first appeared in Irish folk music in 1965, when it was played by Johnny Moynihan of the band Feeney's Men in Ireland. And at the same time, Stephen Sobel of Northumberland in England, was making them. Well, making citterns. And what happened was the form of the cittern gradually, other luthiers came in, and the form of the cittern was gradually introduced to or rather it was gradually amalgamated to the bouzouki, and so to produce an Irish bouzouki. And there, that's the Cittern. I hope you've enjoyed my talk, and I hope you'll go over and watch my other videos on music and ancient musical instruments. Thanks for listening.